students, welcome to ASA Talk, the Division of Legal Studies, which we offer two different programs, the Criminal Justice Program and the Paralegal Studies Program, Welcome. Today we have an excellent guest. His name is Sammy Ravelo.
Thank you.
He's a former lieutenant at the NYPD, and we are here to learn all about his career.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate that, really do.
Welcome, Sammy. Let's go right into the interview. Can you tell our students, when did you start your professional journey?
Yes, well, my professional journey actually began when I came to this country. Just briefly, how I got here, I came here on a travel visa. My mom was already a resident here. She brought myself and the siblings, and I overstayed. So.
Sorry, meaning you were an undocumented?
I was undocumented, correct.
Okay.
I was an undocumented teenager when I was in high school. I graduated, and as an undocumented, you have nowhere to go. You have pretty much, your options are very limited. So, I finally got my papers, like you say, or like they popularly say, and once I did that, I joined the military. I went to the first Gulf War, and I returned.
So you were born in the Dominican Republic.
Yes, I was.
You're an immigrant.
Yes.
As I am. And your parents came to New York, you talked about that, but you didn't know you were undocumented because you were very young.
Right.
How did that make you feel? Did you think that you would succeed? Did that make you think that perhaps you wouldn't achieve your dreams?
Yes, it crosses your mind, especially when I graduated high school. I graduated from from Walton High School in the Bronx. So little shout out to my former high school. But
So you're a Yankee fan?
I'm a Met fan.
You're
I don't
a
want,
Met fan. Okay.
But I like the Yankees. So
Okay.
for the record,
Okay.
but it goes through your mind when you are actually you hit the work, when you actually are looking for work, and you can't find any work because you're undocumented. It really crosses your mind.
So what did you do before going to NYPD? What, you did odd jobs? And you were undocumented? Was that hard? How was that process?
Before I actually joined the Navy, I pumped gas. Back then, they used to allow us to pump gas and you get paid. I worked in a grocery store. I bagged groceries, stock in a supermarket. So any odd jobs. I washed cars. And so I did any odd job that I could find, so I can help my mom.
Oh, that's good. That's good. You've laid out so many different things,
Right,
and this
right.
brings about a lot of questions.
Correct.
The first question is for our students to learn more about. There are a lot of students that are intrigued about the process of entering NYPD. Can you just lay out the process? I know that there's an entrance exam that students have to take, and then you get on a list. And then what are the other requirements?
Okay, great. So every so often, like right now, the NYPD, they'll put out an
announcement?
An announcement where they are going to ask people to take the test. You go down to DCAS, which is the Department of Citywide Services.
Which is online.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. You can apply online, you go down, take the test, and now you become eligible on a list. That's the first process.
Then they call you depending on what the grade is that right?
They put you exactly on a list. So they start calling on the list. So let's say the list is 1 to 10,000 people take it, they'll make a list from 1 to 10,000. They start calling people and they start weeding people out. That's pretty much how you begin to...
Then you get in and there's a background check. So you can't have a criminal record or anything of that nature.
Oh, no.
How long does that take, the background check, before you actually go into the academy?
Well, that process can probably take a couple of years. Because there's a medical test that you got to take, eye exam, psychological as well. So that process can take anywhere from 8 months to 2 years.
You have to be a resident?
You have to be a citizen.
A citizen of the U.S.
Correct.
That's
you have to be a U.S. citizen.
And then after that, what are the other requirements?
Just let me back up. You can take the test as a resident.
Good.
I don't want people not knowing that. You have to be a citizen in order to be eligible to be a police officer. So, if
you can take the test and later on, because it takes about 2 or 3 years,
correct. Correct.
Put in the requirements,
right.
Then you apply to become a citizen, then
That's
you're
right.
called, you enter the police academy, and how long is the police academy?
6 months.
And you need how many college credits?
You need the actual associate's degree.
Oh, see, things have changed. You do need it. And we offer that here at ASA College. So a lot
Yes.
of our students will be eligible.
Correct.
Going on to the next question. Once you went into NYPD and you went up the ranks, how did you accomplish that? I know you become first a sergeant and there's an exam.
Right, right.
How does that work?
You're eligible to take the sergeant's exam after 3 years, and they'll promote you after 5. So the earliest you can become a sergeant is 5 years.
Okay.
So that happens. You know, me personally, my journey was.
So take me, because I have no idea.
Okay, no
So
problem.
you go into NYPD, successfully succeed, you're there 5 years, then you apply for an exam to become a sergeant. And
Correct.
you need some recommendations within the department?
No.
Okay,
No,
just
no.
take an exam, is
You
that
take
right? On
the-
merit?
Yeah. You do.
Excellent. And do you need a certain grade for that?
Need to score over 80.
Got it. And then you became a lieutenant. How does that happen?
You also go, after 2 years, you're eligible to take the lieutenant's test.
So then
And,
after 7 years, 5 and then 2.
yeah, you can be a lieutenant after 7 years, so which is pretty good. The earliest you can be a lieutenant is 7.
I think that there's so many different questions that I can ask you, but our time is limited.
Right.
All these questions are very important to our students, and that brings me to the last question. How can a career in criminal justice, paralegal studies, law enforcement allow our students to change their lives financially and beyond, like it did for you, Sammy?
Well, with me and with anybody that's in the NYPD, it allows you to move faster up the ranks, and that's what you want to do now. The way the NYPD structure, you move faster up the ranks. You don't have to go
Good
through.
salary?
It's a great salary. It's a
Good
great
benefits?
Great benefits also.
Pension?
Yes, and those are the things that it would benefit you. Me personally, I have a degree in paralegal studies, and it allowed me to understand the law, especially when new laws get implemented. It allowed me to understand it a little quicker and how
So
the
you
justice.
encourage students. So
Absolutely.
your last message to our students that are now in our criminal justice and legal studies program.
Well, right now there is a program called the Cadet Corps program, and if you are in either an associate's path or in a bachelor's path, you can join the program. So I encourage you guys to look into it and enjoy the Police Cadet Corps.
Well, thank you for watching ASA Education Talk, and I want to thank Carol and Dennis for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you.